Go ahead. Turn it up. It's the Record Machine Show with your host, Jimmy Howe.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Dirtbag Republic, singer Sandy Hazard. Hey, Sandy, how you doing?
Good, James. Do you prefer James or Jimmy?
James is cool.
Okay, right on.
So where are you from, man?
I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So on the west coast, a couple hours away from Seattle.
Wow. You've been there your whole life?
Yeah, I grew up, born and raised here.
Nice. Hockey fan?
Oh, yeah, big hockey fan. Probably the only sport I really enjoy, except maybe dirt bike racing as well.
Nice. My dad was a huge New York Rangers fan. He loved them. He used to go to the Garden all the time and check them
right
out.
On.
He took my brothers with him, too. I wasn't a big hockey fan. I always loved baseball. I'm a big Yankee fan, and I also like football, too. Buffalo Bill fan, diehard Bills fan.
Right on. Oh, you're from New York area?
I grew up in New Jersey.
New Jersey? Okay.
Yep, right outside New York City, about 10 minutes outside there. And then I worked in Manhattan for about 21 years.
Oh, okay.
So what inspired you to start playing and recording music?
Probably I'd say playing music when I was really young, probably about 7 years old. I was just obsessed with music. Got into Kiss and Zeppelin and Van Halen and all the 50s rockers and whatnot I was introduced to at a really young age. And probably when I was in about grade 9, so I'd have been 15, I guess, met some guys at high school, and, we started recording ourselves in my parents' basement and jamming in my parents' basement and getting into trouble. And that's how it kind of started. And I haven't stopped in 40 years.
That's awesome. Who are some of your biggest musical influences, and how have they shaped your style?
I'd say when I was younger, it would be, because I'm a drummer by nature, and I didn't get into singing really until Dirtbag Republic. I'd done some stints over the years in other bands and did lots of harmonizing and whatnot in other bands. But from a drumming standpoint, I was a huge Kiss fan, Nazareth, Rose Tattoo, AC/DC, Van Halen.
Nice.
And then I really got into this sort of like the punk rock stuff as well. In my early teens, I was into like punk and new wave of British heavy metal, that kind of scene. Mm-hmm. And I've played a bunch of different styles over the years. I've played metal, I've played punk, I've played pop punk, sleaze rock, glam rock. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of like all those genres. So when it comes to writing, all those genres kind of merge into one, and so you might hear influences of different things in our music from those different genres.
Definitely. Tell me about the band. When did you guys form, and who were the players?
So the band started around 2014, and it actually started off more as a music project, or just like a recording project between myself and Mick Wood, who's been my sort of main guitar player throughout this whole journey. And I've known Mick since I was like 18 years old. Been in probably 3 different bands with him over the years. He's just a really cool guitar player and good guy. And when I write songs, he knows what to sort of like put down, guitar wise, to make it sound better. And so we started 2014 as a project, and we recorded a few songs, and then we said, oh, let's do a full record. So we ended up recording the full album, and we put it out ourselves and got really great reviews in like Classic Rock and magazine and Viva La Rock magazine and Sleaze Rocks and all the sort of standard mags that still cover rock and roll. Mm-hmm. And so that was cool, ended up being pretty good. So we sold out all our CDs that we pressed, and then we did another album, got some other friends involved, playing bass and stuff, downtown East Side. That was our second album. Mm-hmm. And then Mike Federici, who's our other guitar player, he joined with us around that time, and Ed Niger, our drummer, joined around that time as well. And then Dave Warden, who's our bass player, he joined probably just around the time we were recording our third album, Tear Down Your Idols. So it's mostly been like friends that have joined up with us that we've known for like a long time. So there's no drama or anything like that. It's all good guys. And then we've got another a guy, a friend of ours, Roger Salome, who's played keys on several of our records. And so it's, a bunch of friends doing rock and roll. And then probably in 2022, we started doing the live thing, and we want to get more into doing that, possibly doing some touring and such next year after this new record comes out.
Nice. Now, you've written and recorded a brand new album titled Bad Decisions, set to release on 9/27. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so we our last album came out, I believe, in 2021. So that came out on Vanity music group, and it was distributed by Sony Music in the States. We had really great distribution for that, so that kind of got our name out there a bit more. And then for this record, we've kind of been writing it over the last couple of years. We're not one of these bands that writes 30 or 40 songs and picks the best out. We kind of write the songs, and then if we think they're really good, then we'll just keep tweaking them, and then usually do like 10 or 11 songs for the record. And that's what we've done on the new album. We've done 11 songs, and so we recorded it all in our home studios, and then we used Tim Neuhaus to mix it, and Tim did our last album as well. And great guy, really knows what he's doing. Mick and I produce the records because we know what we want to sound like, and we just lead it to the pros to kind of see our vision through. And then we got a master by Justin Perkins. He's out of Wisconsin, and he's done stuff for Jellyfish, The Replacements, Shania Twain,
nice.
A whole slew of different bands. Really, really great guy, and just does an awesome job on mastering records. And then we're putting out the CD on our own label, Dirtbag Records, limited supply of that. And then label in the States, I think they're based out of Minnesota, Sioux Records. They're doing the vinyl, which last I heard, it should be out later in the fall. So it'll be limited 200 copies pressed on white vinyl.
Nice.
All hand numbered, and it's cool what Sioux does. They put out a record, and then even if it sells out, they never reissue it again. So it's if you want it, you kind of got to get on it right away.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, this podcast will feature 2 tracks from this release. I Fought Them All and Here I Am. What's the story behind the 2 songs?
I think I Fought Them All, if I remember correctly. I was in a really bad mood. I'd gotten into an argument with somebody. I can't even remember who it was. And it's I had this opening riff, kind of had an AC/DC Twisted Sister vibe. And I kind of just started off with that opening salvo, and then lyrics came really quick to that. So it was just being kind of pissed off and about a situation, and I kind of took some artistic license with the topic, but that's basically what that was. And then Here I Am, Mick brought that to me. Just the music, and he said, I don't know, see if you like this. I'm not sure if it works with what we're doing. And so I listened to it, and I immediately had a melody for it. I think wrote the lyrics for it within like a day or so, and it just came like really fast, and really happy how that song came out. We got Roger. Originally we had a lead guitar break for it, and then Roger did this really cool piano break, and so we just decided to have kind of like a piano lead instead of a guitar lead for that one. And it's a little different than what people kind of normally expect from us. We're pretty balls to the wall kind of hard rock band. So with this album, we've got a few songs that are kind of peaks and valleys, where it kind of give you a break.
Something for everyone.
Yeah. Kind of give you a break from the balls out rock to something a little more mellow, and then kick it back in again.
Yeah, those 2 are great songs that are going to be featured on the. I love the whole album, though. I listened to it.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I listened to it this weekend, and then I listened to it again while I was traveling to and from work today. Excellent job.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate that. And then Mike Federici, our other guitar player, he brought some lyrics to me, and he so for Cocaine Heart, which is I think the 10th song on the album. He sent me the lyrics. He said, I'm not sure if you want to sing other people's lyrics. And I said, oh no, as long as they're cool, that's, I'm down to seeing what you got. So he sent me the lyrics, and I thought they were really cool. So wrote the music all around his lyrics, and that came out really cool. So the new album that we're going to be, or the next album that we're already writing, Mike's Federici, he's a little more involved in some of the writing with Mick and I. So it's good. It keeps things diverse,
Of course.
Get some new ideas in there, and you don't start repeating yourself, that kind of thing.
Right. So when composing a new song, what comes first, the lyrics or the melody for you?
For me, it's mostly, I'll have usually a chorus, and then like something cool, like a cool phrase that's, it goes into a chorus, and then I'll just kind of work around that. Mm-hmm. Usually that's how I write, and I'll write from chorus. Sometimes it'll be a cool opening riff or something like that. Mick usually sends me like songs that are partially done or half done, and he just says, see if you can come up with something. So then I usually just take what he's done and then write lyrics and melodies over top of that. But I find with other people give me things, I sometimes can write quicker, and things come to me, a lot easier if I hear somebody else's music. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's basically the writing process. It's, and then I give whatever I come up with, I'll give to Mick or Mike, and then those guys will do their magic on the guitars, and they'll add a bunch of layers and stuff. And sometimes it'll just completely change the song and give it a totally different vibe for the better. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's cool having that collaborative effort.
Definitely. Now, which song on this release really resonates with you personally, and why?
Probably I Don't Care, which is the opening track. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really resonate with me. It did at the time. It was kind of like, I wrote that during when I sort of the tail end of the epidemic was going on, and there was just so much bullshit going on everywhere. Right. And, no matter what's kind of the side of the fence you were on, there's just so much stuff that was going on there. And it's hard getting food at the time and all that kind of thing. And I just kind of wrote it being exasperated. And that was sort of the where I really kind of put my all into it, being pissed off and annoyed with the situation.
Right. Which song was the most challenging to write and record, and why?
I would probably say either Here I Am, because there's a lot of different layers in that. So there's piano, there's acoustic guitar, there's a lot of harmonies in it. I hit some high notes that I normally don't hit on that, so I had to be really, my vocals had to be really on point. Mm-hmm. And I actually redid the vocals for that. And I think I did them better the second, when I did them the second go around, but I liked the energy more on the first go around that I used on the demo. Uh-huh. So I pretty much used all the vocals that were on the demo for the actual track that ended up on the album. And then probably the other one was Cocaine Heart, was probably difficult too, because that was the one that I just mentioned where Mike gave me the lyrics, and then I wrote the whole song, music and melody around the lyrics, and had to make them fit with the music. So, Mike didn't really give me anything as far as a melody goes. So it was kind of a challenge to actually do it. I was quite proud of myself after I was able to piece that together without actually altering any of his lyrics. It's the first time I'd ever done that. So probably those two songs.
Cool. Now, you guys have a couple of music videos already for this release, correct?
Yeah, we've released 4 so far.
Oh, wow.
And they're all on our YouTube channel.
Okay. Which tracks?
So we did I Don't Care was the first video. Uh-huh. And then we did Bipolar Roller Coaster was the second one.
I love that song.
And then, yeah, that was a cool song. Bad Decisions was the third video. And then, and then we did I Fought Them All, put that out a couple of weeks ago. And then we've got one more video that we're probably going to release maybe the week of the album coming out or a week after for Smothering Me, which is pretty much all acoustic song.
Nice. Now, are these lyric videos, or you actually appear in the videos?
No. So what we did, because we do everything ourselves. So we finance all the recordings, we finance the mixing, the mastering. Everything is financed by the band. We don't have anybody other than Sue putting out the vinyl. Everything else is financed by us. So we didn't have obviously a large budget doing it on our own and being an independent band. So we basically just rented a rehearsal space, this Mystic Rhythms rehearsal studio that's by us, and we set up a bunch of LED lights, set up a 4K camera, and then basically just did a full run through of each song.
Nice.
And then I edited each song, did about 50 edits on it to do zooming in and whatnot to make it a little more action packed. And that cost us about $500 to do 5 videos. That's
not bad.
Yeah,
not bad at all. Now, do you enjoy shooting the music video as much as recording the songs?
Well, it was fun. Like it was fun to do, but I didn't really know what I was doing as far as the editing goes. So I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and then I found this editing software that was really user friendly.
Okay.
And then once I learned how to do edits and some splicing and sync our the actual album track to the music. I got the hang of it after 1 or 2 videos, and then I went back to tweak some things and whatnot, and then sent them to our buddy Andrew, who has done all our album layouts, so like all the artwork layouts and whatnot for our CDs and LPs that we've done. And I just said, what do you think of this? Does this suck, or is this okay? And he goes, actually, you did a pretty good job on that. And so I said, okay, as long as you think it looks cool, then we'll go ahead and put them out. And because I kind of use him as a bar of acceptability.
Nice.
And so we did that. And then we actually, if Mick comes back into town, because Mick moved to Alberta, which is another province fairly far away from us.
Wow.
He moved to Alberta about 2 years ago. So he flies in to do shows, and then he flew in to do the videos. And so he may be coming back into town in the fall. So we might do some more videos off the album again. You kind of doing the same thing, but might do a different venue. Just because it's a good promo tool, and we can do it relatively inexpensive now. So
yeah, that's a good idea. Now, do you have any shows coming up that you like to talk about?
Not right now. We did a benefit for a local Vancouver promoter who sadly passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
From cancer. But we did a benefit for him. It was us and I think it was 3 other bands at a fairly decent sized venue in Vancouver. Pretty much sold it out and raised. I think we raised about, after expenses and everything, we raised about $14,000.
Wow, that's cool.
For him and his family. And so it was a great cause, and he was a great guy, and we were really happy to be involved in that, to help him out. But Ed, our drummer, had a health issue about a month ago. So he's probably not going to be ready to go. He's back playing drums again, but he's probably not going to be back ready to go to rehearse for probably another month or so. So we're probably just going to focus on promoting the record, and then next year we're just going to go, full on doing shows. Looking to maybe do some short tours in Europe if we can hook up with some promoters there.
That would be cool.
And if possible, do some, fly-in shows in the States as well. It's tough in the States because the working visas for musicians, they've really jacked up the the cost of that. So it's super expensive to, right out of the gate. I think it's like, if you got a 4-piece band, it's like $4,000 US.
Wow.
Right out of the gate that you've got to pony up to the government to get a visa there.
Wow. Now, besides Dirtbag Republic, are you collaborating with any other musicians on any other projects?
I've been in another band for it's actually 30 years now.
Wow.
A pop punk band called McCracken's, and we've put out, I don't know, 16, 17 records. Over the years, we've toured Europe a few times, toured the States. And it's a kind of like Ramones, Green Day.
Nice.
And I played drums in that band.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty much on hiatus right now. We don't do things too often. We did do an album last year and did a festival in Italy a couple of years ago. But it's pretty much Dirtbag's my main thing. I do got another project on the burner with it's Mike and Mick from Dirtbag, Chris Damian Dahl from the Suicide Bombers. I don't know if you've heard them.
Of course, yeah. Chris has been on my show like 3 times.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I did an album with Chris.
Doll Hazard, yeah.
Yeah, Doll Hazard, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was a really fun project to do. I've known Chris since I think 2016. Actually, no, way earlier than that. I've known him since about 2007.
Nice. Good guy.
And then, he's a really good, great guy. So doing a project with him, Mick and Mike from Dirtbag, and then Michael Butler, who does the Rock and Roll Geek Show podcast. He's also played in Exodus and American Heartbreak and Jet Boy.
Nice.
And that project's called Pride and Disgrace. And it's kind of been on hiatus for the last little bit because Michael was touring with Handsome Dick Manitoba. Mm-hmm. And then Chris was busy with doing some Suicide Bomber shows. And then we've been busy, getting the new record together. But the object of that is to get maybe an album's worth of tunes out. And all of us are kind of like, Michael Butler has written a few songs. I've written a few songs, and the other guy's written a few songs. It's kind of like a super group of unsuper people.
Yeah, that's funny. So there will be another Doll Hazard album then.
Possibly. A lot of people have actually asked us that, and Chris and I haven't ruled it out. But
you got to do another one. Probably not for a while. Just because Chris I know he wants to do another record with another friend of his when he gets some downtime. And he's pretty busy with Suicide Bombers. I think they're doing a bunch of shows in the UK next year too. I definitely haven't ruled it out. But in the interim, hope to get some of the Pride and Disgrace stuff out that'll have Chris and myself and the other guys involved in. And that realistically probably won't get some of that out till next year, just because everybody's been so busy over the last couple of months. We were actually going gangbusters on it for a month or two, and then everybody got really busy, so we kind of put it on hold. Mm-hmm. So where can the listeners go to learn more about you?
So if you go to dirtbagrepublic.com, that'll take everybody to a Linktree page, and that has absolutely everything Dirtbag on it. It's got our Bandcamp site, links to where you can find us on all the streaming platforms, our YouTube channel, where to buy our record on CD that's coming out this week, and also the Bandcamp link is on there, so you can buy some of our records, our older records on Bandcamp, and you can buy the digital download of our new record on there. So that helps finance our next record. We always just whatever we make off of sales of our albums, we usually use that to finance the mixing and mastering of the next record, or even better, to help
do the manufacturing of CDs. So
definitely,
if you want to see a physical product, please support the physical product.
Definitely, I love the physical product.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've really gotten into vinyl over the last few years.
Me too.
I've kind of got to stop because I've got about 650 albums, so I need to dial it back before I have no more room in my record shelves.
Nice. Now, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about tonight?
I think we covered everything. The CD will be out. So the streaming will be out on the 27th. So this coming Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I got an email from the manufacturer in Toronto that's doing the CDs. So these are silver press CDs. These are a real deal. They're not duplicated, janky, homemade version type CDs. These are properly done replicated CDs, full color with lyric sheet and that.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a message that we should be getting those shipped to us sometime this week. So everybody who's pre-ordered, we're hoping to get the CDs out hopefully by the weekend or sometime next week, and then we'll have a new video for Smother and Me coming out within a week or two. That's probably the gist of it.
Awesome. Well, Sandy, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I really dig the album. I think it's great, and I'll tell you what, when that next project comes out, I'd love to have you back on to talk about that. That would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome, James. And I really, from the bottom of my heart and the band's heart, really appreciate you having us on and supporting independent rock and roll, because we're fighting to keep alive with the current state of popular music. So I really appreciate you supporting us and getting our name out there to your listeners.
No problem, man. And let's stay in touch. When that next project comes out, I'd love to have you back on. You got my email, I got yours. We're friends on Facebook, so let's set it up when the time arrives. All right.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
All right. You take care, brother. Have a good night. All right.
You too. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Don't wanna poke the tiger. The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.
The Record Machine Show.